am sure there were many tears in Noah's voice and on his cheeks as he pleaded with them to join him in the ark. Many in the audience were lifelong neighbors, and perhaps Noah even called them by name as he pressed his appeal for decision. A solemn conviction held the crowd motionless as the old man paused to wipe his eyes. Then there was a restless stirring as some began to edge forward as though they would join the little group. But they were instantly drawn back by the hands of relatives or friends. There were nervous cries from some as the door closed, and then a babble of excited conversation. Wow! Have you ever heard anything like that in your life? One voice came out above the others. Do you think that he could have been really correct about a flood? Someone may have asked. But then there was a sharp descent, and some were pointing to the cloudless sky to loudly affirm what had been heard repeatedly since the Ark project began. Never before has it rained, and these people are wild fanatics to believe such foolishness. For 2 or 3 days, apprehension continued to grip the community, especially as they passed the tightly closed ark each morning on their way to work. But they're looking at the ark, you know. But by the midweek, it seemed obvious to all that Noah's prediction had been totally wrong. And even those who had been stirred deeply with conviction were embarrassed by their former concern. To conceal their strong feelings of embarrassment, some of them began to make mocking comments to anyone who would listen. By the 7th day, not one sympathetic sentiment was to be found favoring the cloistered family. And then it happened. Clouds seemed to appear out of nowhere, and drops of rain began to spatter against the hungry earth. Screams and cries rent the air as men, women, and the children fled toward any shelter available. But then the water was pouring in torrents from the heavens and out of huge, cavernous cracks in the ground. Those who were able to struggle to higher levels were quickly overwhelmed and dragged to their depths, while the great cypress ark floated gently and safely on the rising waves.